Good morning and welcome to the Community Profile on WLON, WOHS, WCSL, and KTCBroadcasting.com, where you can listen and watch our studio camera for today's show. Milton Baker, Sandy Alexander, our co-host executive producer, is in the house for the Community Profile today. Good morning, Miss Sandy.
Good morning, Mr. Milton.
And on a cold Wednesday, the 19th of November, 2014, we bring you the Community Profile, and if you would, please introduce our guest for today.
All right, I'll be glad to. It's good to have Ronnie Hawkins with us today. We're going to be talking about the Fiddlers and Blugrass Convention that's coming up in Ellenboro the 22nd, so Saturday.
I accused you earlier of being from Ellenboro, which is incorrect.
No, but there's boroughs in there.
Mooresboro. There's a lot of boroughs. Yeah.
So I'd be proud to be from Ellenboro. I'm
sure.
Proud to be bits, pieces of people.
That's right.
All these places.
Good place.
Yes.
And Ronnie, good morning. Welcome to the studio.
Good morning.
How cold was it in Ellenboro this morning?
Well, it's about 15.
15.
I'll tell you one thing about Ellenboro. We say that's where you can live and do without the things you have to have.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's all right. That's pretty good. That took some thinking to come up with that.
I didn't think that up, but that's what some of the town. Well, I shouldn't say the town fathers, but anyway, some of the folks jokingly say that about our little town.
Well, my experience, one of my experiences with Ellenboro was several years ago. Gosh, it's been a long time. We were on a mountain. We were making our way on a mountain trip. Our family fall mountain trip, and I wanted to stop in Ellenboro to see a litter of basset hound puppies. I was raising basset hounds at the time, and I stopped by this lady's house in Ellenboro, and we took a little detour, and I picked me one out, and she held on to it for me. We went on to the mountains, and the next day I went back up there and picked up Ellie, the puppy from Ellenboro.
All right.
I had Ellie a long, long time, so yeah, I have good things to say about Ellenboro.
So you named Ellie after Ellenboro.
I did indeed. Ellie, the Basset from Ellenboro.
Well,
we're not here to talk about Basset Hounds. Unfortunately, I could talk about Basset Hounds for 2 or 3 hours, but what are we going to talk about?
Well, this is the 23rd annual, so this has been going on a long time. I have a lot of activities to do. There's going to be prizes given away, so Ronnie, you just take it and tell us about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this, as you said, is our 23rd annual Ellenboro Fiddlers and Bluegrass Convention coming up this Saturday. It will be held at the Ellenboro Elementary School, which is located at 813 Piney Mountain Church Road in Ellenboro. And you don't need directions with today's technology. You can Google or MapQuest 813 Piney Mountain Church Road and find the school. We have a busy evening. We start out with about 4:30 with a barbecue supper, so you come and join us for supper if you will. We'll sell barbecue plates, and then about 6:30 we'll crank up with the music.
Mm-hmm.
And that runs. There's no exact time. It just depends on how many individuals and how many bluegrass bands show up to play and compete. So it usually runs on 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
In the evening, so it's a full evening of entertainment.
And like I say, I bet there's a lot of good talent. Most of these bands are from the local area, or do you draw from a big area outside of?
Well, the most of them would be fairly close by, within a 2 or 3 county area, but we do draw folks from out of state. We've had people from Georgia, Tennessee,
right,
Virginia.
Because you do have some awards, some trophies are given out and stuff like that.
Yes, we have. We give away about a little over $1,200 in cash prizes for the competitors, as well as trophies and ribbons. So we try to reward those that our judges like best.
That's right. That's right. So, and it's all acoustic music, no electric.
That's correct.
Amplification or anything like that. It's all.
We do have microphones.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is acoustic instruments only. Mm-hmm.
So that's great. That's great. And it's 23rd year.
23rd year.
How long have you been associated with it?
Since day one.
Day one. How did you come about? What brought the convention up?
There's a lot of interesting history behind this. we have to tie in a little bit about the Colfax Free Fair, which is commonly known as the Ellenboro Fair, which started in 1928, and it was operated or managed by A.B. Bushon, who was the agriculture teacher at Ellenboro High School. And he was the manager of the fair until about 1969, whenever he finally retired from that slot. He had retired as being the teacher about 5 or 6 years ago before that, but he continued with the fair. And it was like most fairs, it had some competitive exhibits. People would bring in their crafts and their sewing and their baking and their garden products, field crops and so forth for competition. And after Mr. Bushon retired, the competitive exhibits were dropped, and it continued as a carnival, which was a fundraising for the Ellenboro School. Then in 1989, the town of Ellenboro was observing its 100th birthday. So there were several things that folks in the community wanted to do to celebrate that, and one of the things was to have a fair again with the competitive exhibits and so forth. And so that was thought to be a one-time event in 1989. Well, it was so well received that we've been doing that ever since, and have enhanced that carnival back to a Colfax Free Fair now. So after a couple of years of having the competitive exhibits again, the idea was put forth that we have a Fiddlers convention to raise a little money to help support the exhibit hall, and that's what I'm involved in as well with other volunteers to operate the exhibit hall and provide some prize money for that. So the Blugrass convention was picked up to kind of help support that, and then all that in turn helps to enhance the attendance and participation at the Colfax Free Fair in Ellenboro, which is a primary fundraiser for Ellenboro Elementary School.
Yeah. All right. So big day coming up, and this is in the school gymnasium, gymatorium there,
Yes.
and so it's all indoors. Everything.
It is all indoors.
Yeah.
Rain or shine.
Yeah. And the crowd, what's the crowd usually turn out in numbers?
400, 450 people.
Right. Okay.
Give or take.
So.
Now the admission is $10.
Yes, and that's $10. Children under 10 are free, no charge for them, and it is good, clean, family oriented activities. We've never had anybody get out of hand or any issues at all with that.
You have some. Of course, you have the barbecue supper, so there's something to eat there, and
Right.
you can get your belly full, and then sit back and stay all evening for the music, as late as it goes on.
And they can take either or. If they just want to come for the supper and buy that, they can, and go on home, or whatever else they may have to do, or they can just come for the music and participate in that,
There you go.
or both.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely right. Sandy?
Well, who judges the particular people?
Well, we have, I don't want to identify the judges at this point in time.
Oh, no.
But we have different people from year to year that are knowledgeable of bluegrass music, and we have a team of judges. We usually have 3 individuals that work together, and then we collaborate their scores to select the winners.
Okay. And some of these bluegrass bands that are coming, they have CDs.
Sometimes they'll
music,
bring a few CDs to sell. That some years we have a few CDs that are brought, and some years we may not. But if people that are playing want to bring some of their CDs, they're welcome to do so.
Now, this is coming up Saturday, November 22nd. So is that this Saturday?
That is.
Yeah, it's this Saturday. So it's probably too late to enter your bluegrass band, or
No, not at all. We do not pre-register. We never know who's going to be there till they show up, and so it's never too late.
Yeah.
To decide to come.
Is there a fee to?
There's no entry fee. They're welcome to come. We do not charge the performers any admission charge.
Okay.
Of course, we hope they'll bring a lot of family and friends with them, and
Sure.
we'll get to sell them an admission.
How long do they get to play?
We usually ask them to play 2 or 3 numbers. It kind of depends on how many bands we have coming in. And so we would ask that they be prepared to play 3. If we have a whole lot of participants, we may ask them only to play 2 numbers.
That's great.
Most of the time they play 3 numbers.
Sounds like it's like a lot of fun. Is there room for the audience to get up and shake a leg if they want to?
Well, no. Most of the time we have they have the gymatorium pretty well full of chairs. And there's just not a there's not room for a dance floor. No.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all right.
Yeah. I will mention one other thing. In addition to the judges making their selection on the winners, we do have a People's Choice Band Award, and so the audience will get to vote on their preference for the band.
Okay, sounds it sounds like a wonderful time. It's been going on. This will be the 23rd year of the Fiddlers and Ellenboro Bluegrass Convention. So, Sandy, do you have something you want to ask?
The barbecue. I noticed Edwards Catering, Shelby, is going to be doing the catering.
Yes, that's correct.
So you can look forward to some good food there. Too, as well, and it's $11 a plate. So you'll have an afternoon of just good, clean fun and good meal and some great bluegrass music. So, and the prizes range from $400. Let's see, first place is $400, 200 second place, and 100 third. And you give them prizes for instrument and vocal.
Yes.
So, best band, best fiddle, best guitar, so best bass, best vocal, mandolin, and banjo. We was just talking about those little boys playing a while ago.
Yeah.
They're starting earlier and earlier.
Yeah. Our first place for the individual instruments and vocals is $40, and then 20 for second and 15 for third. But as you mentioned, $400 for the first place band. So that's
pretty good.
That is good.
All that totals up to a little over $1,200.
Sure thing. Yeah. All right. If anybody has any questions, see, I think there's some phone numbers here. If you want to give those numbers out.
Okay. Yes, a couple of more of our committee members. Their numbers are area code 828-453-7457 or 828-453-0342.
All right, that's 453, not 435.
Correct. That's
anybody's listening in Cherryville. Yeah. That's not 435. It's 453.
Correct.
All right. And can they look up stuff on the internet, Facebook or anything?
We don't have a website for our event, but I think if they were to Google the Ellenboro Fiddlers and Bluegrass Convention, they may can find it.
Okay. And like I say, the address for those of you who have GPS, or you can put this in your MapQuest, 813 Piney, that's Piney, Piney Mountain Church Road, Ellenboro, North Carolina.
That's correct.
All right. Yeah. And it's this Saturday, so if you haven't made plans already, get on out there. It all starts, the music all starts about 6:30. The barbecue starts at 4:30. And with your $10 admission, that gets you to barbecue, right? Or is the barbecue?
The barbecue sold separately.
Oh, I see here. That's $11. Right. I'm sorry. My bad. So it's $11 for the barbecue, and like Ronnie said, you can come just for the barbecue, or you can stay and listen to the music too, and that's $10 admission, and children under 10 free. So it's a good family event.
Yes.
All right.
You can take either the meal or the bluegrass or both.
All right, or both. Okay. Well, best of luck with the 23rd annual convention, and anything else you want to add about that?
Just say thank you for the opportunity and the invitation to come and discuss this with your audience, and we would encourage, if they like to play, to come and participate. If they like to listen, come and participate in that respect. Be glad to have everybody.
Yeah,
that's great. Well, I hope you have a great turnout.
Yep. Love me some bluegrass music. That's
I do too.
I love to hear good bluegrass, and you'll hear plenty of it on Saturday night in Ellenboro. Are you a musician yourself?
I am not. I enjoy listening, but I can't. I know nothing about music other than if it sounds good, I enjoy it.
Okay, all right. Well, that's me. I can't play anything, but I can play a record. Now it's not even records anymore.
Yeah.
I used to play CDs, and now it's all computer. I can push a button on the computer now. But that's the only music you'll get out of me. Sandy, I know you're a fine musician, but
Thank you.
I guess bluegrass bands don't have a piano player on too much, do they?
I've never seen one that did, but
Well,
It did one time.
It did. Yeah, Sandy played in here one time with. Who was that you played with? It was a band we had here a while back.
Yeah, and we played dueling banjos.
That's
with
right.
Piano.
With piano, dueling banjos and piano.
So
That would be
that was
interesting.
probably the first time in history that was ever done.
But it worked out
But
good.
it sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Sure
yeah.
did.
All right. Well, folks, we thank you for tuning in today to the Community Profile on this Wednesday, the 19th of November. Community Profile airs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here on Big O Country and KTCBroadcasting.com. You can see this interview later on YouTube at YouTube/KTCBroadcasting.com. If you'd like to see, if you didn't get to watch this interview live on the internet, you can see it again later. Again, it's YouTube/KTCBroadcasting.com. It'll be posted up there a little bit later on. All right, Sandy, that's it for the week. What's
That's it.
going on next week here? Next week is what? Thanksgiving week.
Thanksgiving week.
Unbelievable. It's almost here.
It is, and I'm working on it, so I haven't got anybody really to announce yet. But
Okay.
week after that, Travis Powell will be here, and Tommy Brooks, I'm sorry. That's the Bluegrass band going to be here on the 8th of December. Then the Songfellas from Nashville, Tennessee will be here on Tuesday. They're coming in the studio, going to be with us, and then that night they'll be at Mount Sinai Baptist Church. And November 23rd, which is, when is that? That's
Sunday.
Sunday. For Anointed will be at Mount Sinai for a benefit they're doing to help a gentleman with medical bills.
All right. Folks, we thank you for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time on the Community Profile. Thank you.